So now we are going to the final phase of this seminar, and I would like to invite again Vinita Ramkhilavan from England just to introduce our third most our third speaker, Dr. Arun Upādhyāy ji. Vinita ji.
Dhanyavad, Dr. Ravi Prakash ji. I'd like to now introduce our final guest in this international seminar, Shri Arun Upādhyāy ji. He is a retired IPS officer. He was born in 1952 to a family following the Vedic tradition of Kashi. He was awarded SC in physics in 1974 and again in the subject of forestry in 1976 and subsequently in mathematics in 1981. Upādhyāy ji is a triple MSc holder. He has read Sanskrit and Vedic books since his childhood and also has passed the Prachin Madhyama exam from Darbhanga Sanskrit University. He was in the IFS in Punjab from 1974 to 76, in the IPS in Odisha from 1976 to 2012. He is also the author of 10 books, whose topics range from astronomy, Vedic science, Vedic calendar, Indian chronology, the structure of language. He has submitted and delivered more than 100 papers in seminars and written many articles in journals on those subjects. Shri Arun Upādhyāy ji, I would like to invite you on behalf of the Mahashidayan Chair to deliver your lecture on the pre-birth sanskar. Shri Arun Upādhyāy ji, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Vinita ji and Professor Ravi Kumar Prakash Arya ji. I am not a scholar in this topic. It can be taken as a small thesis under guidance of Professor Ravi Prakash Arya ji, and he has given me chance to study and collect some material on this. My view has been that Vedic Yuga era was not a matter of past. Since Ved is Sanatan, even now it is Vedic era, and what we think of old Vedic era, in that age also many persons were not following Vedas, like Asuras were mostly not following, and presently also many persons are not following Vedas, but still it is Vedic era, and this concept helps us in interpreting Vedas under the modern conditions, and in modern context we can understand the meaning better. This attitude helps us in explaining the current meaning of Vedic customs and sanskaras. I chose pre-birth sanskar because I thought that nobody else will talk on this, and I will not repeat what others are saying. Sanskar has been defined in various ways. There are three types. It is like maintaining a house. We do daily cleaning. That is like Panch Mahayagya, which is done daily. Then house needs some whitewashing, some repair because it becomes old. That is correction of the defects. Then maintenance, whitewashing. Then improvement, maybe AC connection, gas connection, electricity, etc. These are improvement. So similarly, sanskaras for men are of three types. Firstly, removal of defect. Secondly, maintaining the current state. Thirdly, improvement. Concept of sanskar was followed in ancient Greece also. They tried that their children should be well built. Mostly their stress was on physical abilities, and that was part copy of the Indian tradition. So pre-birth sanskaras are of three types. First is called Garbhadhan sanskar, means start of birth. Second is Punsavan means it has several meanings or interpretations. But to my mind, Punsavan is developing the health of fetus in the womb and health of the mother. Third is Simanto Nayan, that is mainly to prevent abortion. This is the under modern context. These are the meanings. Largest description is about Garbhadhan Sanskar. In Vedic text, the description is about 3 words: cosmic system, which is called Abhidhavik, physical system like earth, and Adhyatmic within the human body. These 3 words are considered image of each other. So Garbhadhan also is stated in various contexts, like Adhan of rains also, that is also called Adhan. Creation of galaxy also has been called Garbhadhan. And whole Brahma is Yoni or Garbh for the world. Garbhadham in Shanti Path it is called, Brahma is called Garbhadham. He holds the whole world in its womb. So how in Garbh human body is created? That is, Gopath Brahman tells, it gives general meaning that by action of Bhrigu and Angira, creation is done. Bhrigu means attraction, you can say. Angira is radiation. So radiation and attraction force, these are the source of creation in the whole universe. And for Earth system, physical system Earth, it is within Moon's orbit. And creation on Earth is stated to be by radiation from Sun and material which is available in the galaxy. This is compared with the human birth in womb by Kalidas in Raghuvansh chapter 2 last verse. Athanayana samuttang jyotiratre rivadyav surasadi diva tejo vaninishtu tamaisham. Means within the lunar orbit, Earth is located. Creation here is done by radiation from Sun and material which is attracted by Sun from the galaxy. This is his concept. That was based on the some Vedic text which he has not quoted, but it is almost same as the description of Gopath Brahman. So in human womb also, creation is done by sperm of man and ejaculation from women. So first step for Garbhadhan is the proper matching of parents. In India or Vedic culture, husband and wife were considered equal. And in Asur concept, Abraham concept, women were considered as property, non-living being, which was followed in Europe till about 100 years ago. Women were not considered human beings. This is described in Chandi Path, which is usually read in during Navratri, that Durga told that only that person can be my husband who is equal to me. Yume pratibalo loke same bharta bhavishyati. One who is matching, only that person can be my husband. In Abraham concept or Bible concept, they consider women as property. And that also has been stated by Mahishasur that there are many jewels in his treasury except the jewel like Durga. So at 2-3 places, Durga, a woman has been described as a property which has to be collected in the treasury. So this concept continued in Vedic culture and non-Vedic or Vedic culture, Brahman culture or Abraham culture. Since beginning, they were opposite cultures. So matching of parents, there are many methods. Firstly, that we search that they should be equal in status or background and in matching of minds. So in Purush Sukta tells that Chandrama Manso Jata, Chandrama is ruler of mind, and it is called Phalit Jyotish, which even Jyotishis don't believe, and we don't know about its scientific basis. But Yajurved Vajasneyi Samhita, chapter 15, 17 and 18, they explain the action of rays from planets. And this, almost the same thing has been repeated in Kurum Puran, Matsya Puran, Vayu Puran, Vishnu Puran, Brahman Puran. That our link with sun is daily link with the speed of light. That speed of light is correctly given in Rigved 3:53:8, means third mandal 53 Sukt, 8th verse. That our link from heart goes to sun and returns 3 times in one muhurt. If we calculate the distance and the speed of light, this is correct description. That light takes 8 minutes to reach earth from sun, and in 16 minutes it will go and come back, that link. And in one muhurt or 48 minutes, it will go and come 3 times. So as per speed of light and distance, this is correct calculation. But how this works, that is not understood in the current state of science. So we consider the position of moon in the horoscope, which nakshatra moon was occupying or which rasi, and there are 8 criteria for matching the horoscope. So 2 points are described, means nothing is explained scientifically so far. One is that nadi matching. Some persons are telling that it is like matching of blood group. So instead of nadi matching, we can do blood grouping. Till then, we are not understanding the real meaning. We can do with blood grouping. Secondly is bhakut. Bhakut means in local language of Kashi region, it means a dull person or a fool person. Means husband and wife should be blind towards defects of each other. So our principle of matching is that only 18 points out of 36 are to be matched. Rest are adjustment. Means everything cannot match. Only half matching and half adjustment. This is the principle of marriage. So then there is consideration of gotra. Gotra here doesn't mean the education tradition under a particular rishi. Gotra means here genetic relation. So genetic relation, there is a rule that up to 7th generation before husband and wife, they should not be related by blood. And this is found by present science also, that marriage among near relations is harmful for the human development, or there will be genetic defects if we marry within family or in near relations. So these are scientific basis. Then there is consideration of marriage time. That generally it is stated in our text that a man should be 25 years and woman should be above 18 years. Swami Dayananda Saraswati ji in Sanskara Prakash and other books, he has written that husband should be 48 years and wife should be 24 years. On this he has been criticized, but he has written on the basis of ancient texts, and it appears that in some cases it has been followed. Like many kings were living for 80 years, above 100 years, but when they died, their children were 16 years or 18 years only. Like Bhagwan Ram also did not have any issue till he returned from the exile at the age of 39 years. And after only he crossed the age of 40, then only he had son. And when he expired at the age of around 70, means 11,000 days, which has been called year. His sons were not mature, means they were 21 years of age for 4 years. So they were born when Sri Ram was about 50 years of age. So this is as per the ideal described by Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati. And in many other cases also this has happened. So then there is Muhurt, etc. In Atharvaveda also, that Jesthagni Nakshatra, Jestha Nakshatra is called Jesthagni. So this is interpreted in Muhurt Jyotish that 3 Jests should not be combined. Means if husband is eldest son, wife also is eldest, then they should not be married in Jesth Mas. So I don't know the basis, but this is one understanding of the Atharvaveda Sukta, Jesthagni Nakshatra. I don't know how far it is correct. Then time of Garbhadhan. Main purpose of marriage is to become free of Pitri Rin, means the debt of predecessor. Because parents gave birth to us, it is our duty to give birth to able sons or daughters. So this is for continuation of the society, that we should produce or give birth to able children with able body and mind. This is mentioned at several places in Ved, Samhita and Brahman texts, that at time of conception both parents should be in happy state of mind, pious attitude and love for each other. Especially in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, last chapter, there is a long description of how to get son or daughter of required ability. That needs further study. Means it is mysterious language, it is described, and it may be having some basis, because there are 4 or 5 types of methods given there. Then there is Ashwamedh Yajna. Another thing is that some texts describe that on odd days after menses, if there is conjugation, then son will be born. On even days, daughter will be born. On that also, there was one research in Jabalpur Medical College, that Vam Kukshav Ajijarat. Their attitude was, research was on different lines, that if the left side seed has come from left side of womb, then a daughter will be born, and if from right side it has come, then son will be born. That it depends on the wife only, and in 97% cases they have found it correct. I had read one research paper in. Then there is Ashwamedh Yajna. Ashwamedh has different meanings. In space also there is a meaning, and even the winds, weather winds also are called Ashwa, and Bhadrashva was what we call horse latitude in present geography, that was called Bhadrashva, and like Japan, Korea region was called Bhadrashva, now it is called horse latitude. Then for physical purpose, Ashwamedh looks like a drama, that one horse was moving in the whole country and nobody was allowed to block it. In modern context, it means that transport and communication throughout the country should not be disturbed. This is my interpretation of Ashwamedh. The Ashwamedh means transport and communication, and Ashwa is means of transport. In one Vedic Sukta also, one Ratha has been described with 60,000 horses. In Mahabharata also, Arjun Rath of Ghatotkacha had more than 10,000 horses. Rath of Matali during Ram Ravan Yuddha also had men more than 10,000 horses. So if physically 60,000 horses are yoked to a rath, it cannot move. Actually, 60,000 horses cannot be joined in a rath. It is physically impossible. So it means what we call horsepower in the modern physics. So exact definition of horsepower may be slightly different from the present definition, but it must be almost same like the present definition, that the ratha or vehicle was having power equal to 60,000 horses. That is the meaning. For the context of human body, what is called Putrikamesti Yagya in Valmiki Ramayana, it is called Ashwamedh Yagya, Hayamedh Yagya, it has been written. So I tried to interpret that Ashwamedh for internal human body, Adhyatmic meaning. So Dashrath was more than 67 years of age. Kausalya also was above 60 years of age. So they had crossed the age of childbirth. So they needed rejuvenation, which has been called Hayamedh or Ashwamedh. For them it was necessary because both had become old. And only probably Kaikeyi was within child birth range. Sumitra and Kausalya, Dashrath all have crossed the child producing age. So Ashwamedh was needed, and it is physically described in Raghuvansh Dvitiya Sarg that Saptabhyatiyus Trigunanitasya Dinani Dinodharno Chitasya. 3 weeks are needed for rejuvenation of body. So I don't know whether what Ayurveda texts are telling, but in about 60 years ago, when Vaidyas were treating us in villages, they were telling that for recovery from influenza or viral fever, we need 21 days to recover, fully recover. That was called Miyadi Bukhar. I don't know what is the present theory in Ayurveda, but 21 days was considered for rejuvenation, and for 21 days, Hayamedh Yagya was done by Dilip as described in Raghuvansh. So this is for rejuvenation of husband and wife. They should be healthy in mind and body for creating, giving birth to a healthy child. Then desire for good progeny, mental setup, actions and food of parents determine qualities of progeny. What should be food of parents? That has been described in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad chapter 6 in detail. Then there are rules of pregnancy. What precautions should be taken by the mother during pregnancy? In Rigveda and Puran, both, Kashyap had advised Diti what precautions she had to take. There is a long list that no food in evening, not sitting at the root of trees or on kitchen equipments, not going in vacant house, not entering in water for bath, not sitting on ant hill, keep peace of mind, not drying lines on ground with nails or burnt wood, should not be always sleepy, no hard work, not sitting on bones, acid, etc., no verbal dispute, not twisting of body, hair should not be loose and untied, keep purity, not sleeping with head in north or head lowered, not sleeping with wet feet or naked, should not speak foul words, avoid very loud laugh, taking bath in medicated water, doing pious works, protecting herself, clean clothes, happy living with husband. These are list is much longer, but these are in general appear to be correct rules for healthy mind and healthy condition of the mother. These are described in several texts of Sraut Sutra, Puranas, Agni Puran, Garud Puran, Devi Bhagavad, Pad Puran, etc. I have given list of references. Then Nirnaya Sindhu, Chaturvarg, Chintamani, Yagyavalk Smriti. Then Punsavan Sanskar. Punsavan means there are 3 views of this Sanskar, 3 types of explanation. Generally, people tell that it is changing fetus sex to male. by this process, fetus will become male within 3 months of pregnancy. Here, pung means male, which is not correct. Pung means any womb, any soul residing in the womb. It need not be male or female. And this view doesn't appear to be correct. If our sanskar is half successful, then female fetus will become half male, half female, which will be worse than either of the two. So this is not advisable, nor it appears to be correct meaning. Then second view is that this is done only during first pregnancy when mother's body is not accustomed to childbirth. This is correct scientific interpretation that first pregnancy needs more care. And in modern medical science also this is accepted. Mitakshara commentary on Yagyavalkya Smriti quotes Deval that both Punsavan and Simanto Nayan are meant for enabling the womb for childbirth. So these are done only in the first pregnancy. Here there is a peculiar precautions of pregnancy were first described by Kashyap in Puranas. Then Deval has been quoted in Mitakshara commentary, but Deval Smriti doesn't have those quotations, means present available text doesn't have that quotation. But these quotations are surprisingly available still in Rigved. Rigved Mandal 9, Suktas 5 to 24, whose rishis are Kashyap and Asit Deval. And especially in the Sukta 19, verses 3 to 5, exactly describe what the mother should do. It tells that mothers desire that the som, means fruit covering the fetus, should remain pure and nourishing. It is duty of Vrisha, male or father, to keep it pure. That also keeps the milk in the breast pure. So this is a real meaning of Punsavan Sanskar, that after 3rd months of pregnancy, there should not be sexual intercourse. There was a feeling, I have not read exact Ayurvedic quote, that due to that sexual intercourse after and during pregnancy, milk in the of mother becomes polluted. That was feeling in the village. I have not seen the exact quotation where it is written in Ayurveda, but this is written in the indicated in the Rigved quote, Mandal 9, Sukt 19, verses 3 to 5. This has been quoted. So, by this process, fetus grows without obstruction, as stated in Griha Sutra. In Rigved, Puman word also has been used, and Punan word also has been used. Punan in Rig means form of Pauman som within womb. It is like som of this space which is in womb, that has been called Punan in context of womb only. Then medical prescriptions also has been given that when moon is in male star, soft end of aerial root of banyan tree or udumbar, means gular in Hindi, ficus racemosa, are given as medicine. So these are scientific, means equivalent medicines are given even now to improve the fetus and avoid abortion. Charak Samhita also describes in detail. Punsavan concept is based on a sukt of Atharvaved. Then Simanto Nayan. In 8th month, it is done. Generally, abortion takes place in 8th month. Fetus becomes unstable and abortion is likely. Then for that, this action is done. Simant means a parting line of hair on head, dividing into left and right parts. Sima means boundary, Unnayan means raising. It literally means raising head, and figuratively it may mean that our morale is to be boosted. Means in childbirth, mother is nervous, and due to fear or nervousness, there may be abortion. So she has to be made confident, and for that, some medical treatment is done. and the treatment is done for on the Brahmarandhar portion, means center of the crown of head. Then this is Griha Sutra and text of Ayurveda. This Simantonan is described in detail. Then Jat Karma. Jat Karma, actually it is not before birth. Just before birth, painless delivery is done by Shushanti home. It is part of Jat Karma. So Shushanti home is a scientific concept, and exact details we have to understand in terms of present science. In modern medicine also, we give some medicine for painless birth delivery, and probably Shushanti home also did the same thing, but we are seeing only the mantras and don't know how it was practically applied. So this needs some research, and we know the general principle which can be extended to the current situations. So thank you very much, Dr. Ravi Prakash Arjaji and others for patient hearing given to me. Thanks.
Thank you, Upādhyāy ji. You have given a very brief or very good explanation as per your own research and findings to the three Sanskaras, Garbhadhan, Punsavan and Simantonayan, as they are the Parivartha Sanskaras. And you have quoted, you also told that matchmaking is must for marriage, and in matchmaking there are so many factors. उसमें काफी फैक्टर्स हैं. उसमें कुछ लोग नाड़ी को भी मानते हैं, भकुट का भी आपने दिया है, गोत्र को भी आपने बताया है, जिसको गोत्र का अर्थ है जेनेटिक रिलेशनशिप है, और इसके साथ साथ एज की भी, उसमें एज फैक्टर की भी बात की है. और आपने उसमें यू हैव कोटेड स्वामी दयानंद सरस्वती regarding the age, and you have quoted one of the points, 48 years, but he has given 4 divisions as per Charaka. And first, the minimum age of marriage, he says 24 years, and the girl's age should be 16 years. Similarly, he has given the next stage 28 years, then 36 years, and 48 years. So this, he has stated all these things as per चरक संहिता. तो चरक संहिता के आधार पे महर्षि दयानंद ने ये सब बताया है कि 24, 28 और 36 और 48 वर्ष की जो एज है, 4 भागों में उसको बांटा है. दूसरे, आपने बहुत कुछ अपनी परिभाषाएं भी बताई हैं कि जो पुंसवन है, आपने बहुत अच्छा कहा, जो पुमान शब्द है वो पुत्र के लिए प्रयोग नहीं होता, पुत्र और पुत्री दोनों के लिए ही पुमान शब्द का प्रयोग होता है. और गर्भ में जो गर्भ धारण की जो क्षमता को बढ़ाना है, उसको ही पुंसवन संस्कार बोलते हैं. ऐसे ही सीमंतोनयन को आपने एक परिभाषा दी कि प्रिवेंशन ऑफ अबॉर्शन आपने बताया. और आपने अश्वमेध का भी यहाँ जिक्र किया कि अश्वमेध जो प्रक्रिया है उसको हायमेध भी कहा. और आपने कहा कि जो प्रजनन शक्ति को बढ़ाना है, प्रोक्रिएशन पावर को बढ़ाने की बात है, वो अश्वमेध की बात है, क्योंकि पुत्र कामेष्टि वगैरह में अवश्य ही जो अश्वमेध शब्द है उसके अनेक प्रकार के अलंकारिक अर्थों में उसका प्रयोग हुआ है. और दूसरा, अश्व जो है शक्ति का अभिवाचक है, और सूर्य को भी अश्व कहा है. सूर्य की किरणों के द्वारा जो पूरे ब्रह्मांड का जो पवित्रीकरण है, प्यूरिफिकेशन है, वो भी अश्वमेध में आता है. तो ब्राह्मण ग्रंथों में भी ये भी कहा गया कि राष्ट्रम वही अश्वमेध, जो राष्ट्र की रक्षा है. अश्वम वा क्षत्रिय, जो क्षत्रियत्व का भाव है, जो शक्ति का भाव है, और जो राष्ट्र की रक्षा का भाव है, वो भी अश्वमेध से जुड़ा है. तो अनेक प्रकार के हमारे यहाँ अर्थ हुए हैं. आपने जो लाइट की गति का बताया है, ऋग्वेद का जो एक मंत्र यू हैव कोटेड, 3rd मंडल 58th सूक्त and 8th mantra. But in that particular mantra, the speed of light has not been given. But the Sayana Bhashya, the commentary of Sayana, in his commentary, the Sion has quoted the speed of light. So, but that mantra, I also went through that mantra, that is directly we are not able to deduce or find out the speed of the light in that mantra, परंतु सायन ने अपने भाष्य में अवश्य एक श्लोक कोट किया है, और लगता है कि वो श्लोक भी सायन को कहीं परंपरा से प्राप्त हुआ होगा, और उसमें जो इसकी लाइट की जो गति है एग्जैक्टली वही है जो आज हम लाइट की स्पीड मानते हैं। तो बहुत ही अच्छा आपने इस ढंग से पूरा जो संस्कार की भी आपने बात की, क्योंकि ये सारे संस्कार हैं, आपने संस्कार को बहुत अच्छे से परिभाषित किया और उसके 3 आपने फेजेस बताए। सबसे पहला है क्लीनिंग एस्पेक्ट, शुद्धिकरण होना चाहिए संस्कार में, और दूसरी अवस्था है कि मेंटेनेंस, जो उसका स्वरूप है वो अपने स्वरूप शुद्ध होके उसको मेंटेन किया जाए, और तीसरा उसमें इम्प्रूवमेंट है। तो संस्कार के 3 ही अर्थ बनते हैं, पहला शुद्धिकरण, दूसरा उस सिस्टम को मेंटेन किया जाए, वो डेप्रिशिएट हो रहा है तो उसका मेंटेनेंस होना चाहिए, और चौथा उसमें इम्प्रूवमेंट आए। यही व्यवस्था 16 संस्कारों में की गई है कि कैसे जो मनुष्य है, जो प्राणी है, ह्यूमन बीइंग है, उसका शुद्धिकरण निरंतर होना चाहिए, ताकि उसके देवत्व का उसमें विकास हो सके, वो आगे मोक्ष की तरफ बढ़ सके, और उसका जो अपना स्टेटस भी है जो वो लेके आया है अपने जन्म से, वो भी मेंटेन रहे और उसमें लगातार इम्प्रूवमेंट होता रहे। तो ये सारी जो प्रक्रिया है संस्कारों की, ये मनुष्य निर्माण की प्रक्रिया है। और जो अगले हमारे व्याख्यान होंगे, जो अगले स्पीकर होंगे, वो भी विभिन्न संस्कारों पे बात करेंगे और विभिन्न प्रकार के उसमें दृष्टांत और चरक से, क्योंकि जो संस्कार के कुछ जो विषय हैं, गर्भाधान है, पुंसवन है, ये सब जो है चरक संहिता में भी इनका बड़ा वर्णन हुआ। यह आयुर्वेद से संबंधित विषय भी है, परंतु हमारे यहाँ शास्त्रों में अलग अलग स्मृतियों में भी इसका उल्लेख हुआ। आपने मिताक्षरा और देवल का जिक्र किया है, उन्होंने किस प्रकार से पुंसवन की व्याख्या की है। तो जो अगले हमारे व्याख्यान होंगे, द नेक्स्ट लेक्चर्स, डिफरेंट स्पीकर्स, दे आर गोइंग टू highlight different aspects of these sanskaras from different point of views and from their own research point of view. So I think this this seminar is going to be very interesting for all our viewers. And मुझे लग रहा है here, I think Dr. Indrani, she has raised her hand. I think she wants to ask a question. You can ask.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, I ask very simple questions because I'm learning. What is the etymology of the word pumsavana? Because I have heard it is the descent of the male organ, that sanskara is calling for a male child, and pumsavana refers to the descent of the male organ. Please explain.
No ancient text or modern science tells that sex of person can be changed within womb. Garbhopanishad also, or no Vedic text tells. So Punsavan here means Pung means both male and female, and Punsavan, Pung means male and female both. Punsavan means their improvement or nourishing, you can say.
Yes. So thank you, Professor. But I have also read in modern science that the gender, the sex of the child is not determined until the 3rd month. I've read in some modern science that the 3rd month. I am not sure. I am asking.
Indraniji, in fact, in Ayurveda, it has been stated that sex can be changed. So in Ayurveda, this has been stated, and Punsavan is formed of 2 words, Pum plus Su. Su is a root which means to create. So creation of a child is the literal meaning of Punsavan, and no doubt the word Pum is not only, doesn't mean only male child, it means both male and female child. In fact, there was no such discrimination during Vedic period in male and female child, but it was the choice of the parents whether they want to have what type of child they want to have. So it was up to the choice of the parents, that all these sanskaras were done. I think in next our next speakers, Dev Sharma ji is also here. He will, in his lecture, will certainly highlight so many things. He has done a lot of research on these things. So we will continue to be benefited by all these learned speakers' experiences, researches, and findings. So
Thank you. Thank you.
now, with these words, I'm just going to thank everybody who attended this seminar and made it a success. First of all, first and foremost, I would like to thank our chief guest, Professor B.K. Kuthiala, who very readily accepted to inaugurate this seminar. And I think now I have got an opportunity and with him that in our next seminars also, he will be giving inaugural speeches. His speech was very illuminating and very important speech, and just it gave a guidance to our speakers and the researchers who are doing research on Indian knowledge system, how to proceed further. So I am also thankful to both the learned speakers, today's speakers, Professor C.K. Bharadwaj and Arun Upādhyāy ji. They have dealt with their subject, deliberated upon their subjects very beautifully, and presented view in a different, away from a traditional view. They just try to bring some new thing into the highlight. So I thank both of them, and I thank our today's Vinita Ramkhilavan, who spent her time in introducing all our learned chief guests and learned speakers. I'm also thankful to Indrani Ramprasad from Trinidad and Tobago. I'm thankful to Ram Singh Verma ji from Bharatpur, Ashwini Rajpal from Canada. I'm also thankful Professor Jaswant Singh from USA, Krishna Prakash Tripathi from Banaras. I think whole of the India has been represented here, and many countries have been represented. So there are so many names which I can't just pronounce here. I also thank Professor Ranveer Singh, who is living for Australia, but today he is making his maiden stay at Noida, and still he remains present here. Uday Bhan Singh, Usha Devi Prasad from South Africa. I thank her a lot, and I also thank Professor Ram Vilash, who was a professor of Sanskrit in Durban University. I also thank Yogacharya Rajiv Kumar. He does a lot of things in yoga and in propagation of yoga. He does a lot of work. I also thank Harsh Kumar ji and many more friends who are present here and who made this seminar a success.